In one of the schools I led, I realised I was unintentionally signalling urgency all the time. Fast replies, fast decisions, fast movement between tasks or implementation. Staff interpreted that as expectation. They mirrored it. They felt rushed. The building felt rushed. Not because we told people to rush, obviously, but because I modelled pace, my team modelled pace without noticing. And when I slowed slightly, just slightly, meetings became more thoughtful. Conversations became more reflective. And that was not a strategy change. It was a signal shift. There are 5 signals every leader sends daily. So to help you think, let's name them. This is Headship After Hours, over 25 years in education and more than a decade in headship and executive leadership. I grew up, in fact, attending a challenging school, and I was told I would never make headship. That drive led me here. I have led some of the most complex schools in the UK, improving behaviour, stabilising attendance, rebuilding culture, strengthening retention, and restoring community trust. I've carried the full weight of the things that I know you are probably feeling as a head teacher and leader: inspection accountability, parental scrutiny, system pressure. A future leader alumni with qualifications of an NPQ H, NPQEL and a level 7 coaching accreditation. But more importantly, I'm still leading. I'm still a head teacher. I still work in schools and I still support head teachers navigating difficult realities. This is not theory. I'm not commenting from the sideline. I know what the weight feels like. This space exists to share that and reflect on it and build something more sustainable together. A podcast for school leaders who carry the real responsibility. Let's talk. Today, I want to talk about something subtle, because the most powerful parts of leadership are often not the big decisions. They are quite often the small signals. Every day, whether consciously or not, you are signalling something to your staff and, of course, your students. The question is not whether you are sending signals. The question is, what are you signalling? Let me explain what I mean. When you walk into a room and check your phone while someone is speaking, you're signalling. You're signalling something to that person. And when you respond to emails instantly at midnight, you are signalling. When you cancel a learning walk but keep an external meeting, you're signalling. And when you only intervene when something is wrong, you are definitely signalling. None of these behaviours are dramatic, but culture is built from accumulation, not an announcement. In one of the schools I led, I realised I was unintentionally signalling urgency all the time. Fast replies, fast decisions, fast movement between tasks or implementation. Staff interpreted that as expectation. They mirrored it. They felt rushed. The building felt rushed. Not because we told people to rush, obviously, but because I modelled pace, my team modelled pace without noticing. And when I slowed slightly, just slightly, meetings became more thoughtful. Conversations became more reflective. And that was not a strategy change. It was a signal shift. There are 5 signals every leader sends daily. So to help you think, let's name them. Number 1 is what gets your attention. What you repeatedly notice becomes important. And if you consistently highlight data drops but rarely highlight professional growth, you signal anxiety, potentially. If you regularly notice attendance improvements, behaviour shifts, classroom strengths, you signal belief. Your intention shapes narrative. Number 2 is how you respond to mistakes. When something goes wrong, your first reaction sets the tone. Do you escalate publicly? Do you withdraw? Do you correct privately but calmly? Staff are always watching how leaders handle error. If mistakes are punished harshly, innovation can reduce. If mistakes are analysed constructively, learning increases. Your response to error or errors defines safety. Number 3 is what you tolerate. Culture is not defined by what you say. It's defined by what you allow. If lateness slips repeatedly without conversation, well, that becomes a standard. If you have low level negativity goes unchanged, then that equally becomes culture. If professional discretion is addressed early and calmly, standards stabilise. Consistency is a signal. Number 4, your energy regulation. This links back to the last episode, and if you carry visible stress everywhere, then that spreads. If you regulate under pressure, that spreads too. Leadership nervous systems are contagious. You can't remove pressure, but you can moderate its expression. And number 5, your accessibility. Are you visible in classrooms, in corridors, in playground spaces, social areas for students and staff? And do the staff feel that they can speak honestly? Or do they feel that they've got to manage your mood first? Accessibility signals trust. Distance signals hierarchy. And both have their place, but awareness matters. When I coach leaders, one of the most powerful exercises we do is really simple. We ask, if someone shadowed you for a week, what story would they tell about your leadership? What would they say you prioritise? Or would people say you prioritise people? Would people say you prioritise, data? Would they say that you are calm or consistently reactive? Have a think, because the signals you send are often louder than the vision you articulate. This is not about perfection, but it is about awareness. You can't control every variable in a school, but you can control what you amplify, how you react, what you tolerate, how you regulate, and where you position yourself as a leader. Small signals compound, and over time they become culture. And if you're listening and wondering where to start, well, it's simple. Choose one signal, just one. Maybe it's slowing your tone in meetings. Maybe it's recognizing effort more deliberately. Maybe it's addressing something small that you've been tolerating. Shift that one signal, then watch what shifts around you. Leadership influence is often quiet, but it is constant. And every day, whether you intend it or not, you're teaching people how to experience you. Make that lesson deliberate. Make it purposeful, and you'll find that those signals pay back dividends. If something in this episode resonated, well, sit with it for a moment. Leadership is not meant to be carried in silence. If this conversation helped you feel less alone, then that matters. This is Headship After Hours. I'm Paul Collin, and we'll keep talking and stay connected.